There's a group of fireworks hotshots who call themselves GFA Pyro.
If it blows on the ground, it makes a nuclear bomb.
Duck!
A little company with big plans to blast their way to the top and conquer the pyro world. This time on Pyros. New Year's Eve. And the Pyros crash into one of the world's biggest shows in Chile. Get vertigo in frigid Quebec.
We're gonna freeze.
And go to the wall in Mexico City to blast in the new year.
Life's a beach.
You can go touch the water.
Super cold. My feet are numb already. Let's get warm up a little bit.
Let's go get a beer. That's gonna be better.
Eric and Philippe have traded in their winter toques for t-shirts.
Merry Christmas.
On this job of a lifetime in Valparaiso, Chile. But like most opportunities, it comes with a price.
Every year I'm far away from family for Christmas holidays. It's always painful. It's painful to leave people I love.
Sure beats shoveling snow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, it's down to business. Helping Pyrotechnia Igual, their old Spanish friends, fired the biggest New Year's Eve show in Latin America in front of 2 million spectators.
The Chile New Year's show is the big leagues. I mean, it's definitely flattering for a pyrotechnician to be invited on such a prestigious and big show.
30 tons of explosives will detonate along 24 kilometers of the Chilean coastline. From 12 barges at sea and 6 positions on land.
The quantity of fireworks in that show represents just about what I shoot in one whole year for GFA.
I was quite excited that they offered me the opportunity to go and shoot in Chile.
Igual has been setting up for weeks already. Now it's time to wire up the bombs.
I like the security barriers here, eh? Quite impressive.
This show is so big and has so much firepower that shipping containers are used as shields to protect spectators on show day from any stray shells.
We're shooting up to 14-inch, which are huge shells. You don't want them to tilt and to shoot at people, so we're protecting people with containers.
These shells need to be shot up in the sky about 1,400 feet, so you can imagine that if this shell would ever explode on the ground or near the ground, it'd be quite devastating.
Now, in this moment, is the most dangerous moment because we concentrate all the explosives in one point. The security is very, very high.
See, I got the captain's hat and the slave man's hat.
Workers start loading 12 barges with some of the biggest pyro on the planet.
It's nice that we got here just in the better part of the job, doing the more technical work rather than the physical work. Carrying sandbags is not my thing.
The Canadians are put in charge of one of the key barges.
¿Tú me dispararás un punto de viña?
Como quieras.
¿Te va bien?
Sí. Sí.
Yeah, well, I just got assigned a position for the show. Firing either of this one or the big one.
Booyah!
There's a lot of position to shoot, so they need an experienced technician. We have to be on the barge to shoot all the material, and it's exciting. It's definitely a highlight of my career.
It's gonna rock, man.
It does rock out on the open ocean, where big winds bring big waves.
There's small barges, and you're on the open ocean.
Little movement, eh?
Yeah, that's too much. It's not a little movement.
Because they're jerking.
We're working with shells, and it's quite a challenge.
Actually, you get kind of seasick after working a whole day.
Dude,
Being seasick, it's not fun at all.
this is unpleasant.
And unsafe.
There's a lot of things you can trip on and, you know, scrape yourself, and you have to be careful. Like right now, if I'm not paying attention, I just back up a little bit more and I'm gone.
Hello, Phil. I hope you have fun in Chile. It's chilly here, too.
Not just Chile. Up in Quebec City, they've been pounded by record Christmas snowfall.
Hello, everybody.
It's a challenge, even for Seb, to set up a big show for New Year's in these brutal conditions.
With the cold wind and the humidity, it's hard.
We're gonna freeze for sure. It's not gonna be easy.
Tech Hugues Lalonde is helping Seb.
Ils vont fermer la rue. Fait que le périmètre, en fait, il va jusqu'à là.
They're deploying onto the plains of Abraham, where 250 years ago, the British General Wolfe and his troops defeated the French forces led by Commander Montcalm.
Why, I'm speak French and you speak English.
But definitely mon calme.
We'll fight it out.
I have the shovel. Ping! I win!
Now, heavy artillery has returned to the historic site.
So the plan is to get done with the bombs today, so we can get tomorrow to set up all the small stuff.
It's gonna be a big one and very intense in 5 minutes. All those shells in 5 minutes. Caramba, la fiesta.
Seb's actually working on home turf during the holidays. For the first time in years.
I prefer that he's working at Quebec City instead of Rio or, I don't know, anywhere in the world.
Bye, Tato.
See you. Bye-bye. This is my family.
The crew's biggest challenge is next. A death-defying balancing act to install pyro over the main stage.
We have 6 different positions at 50 feet high. Hey, see you up there.
But the snow and ice may have another agenda.
Good morning, Vietnam. Wow.
The next morning in Chile, the crew wakes up to a shock.
Okay, that was a major windstorm. Now, I knew it was windy, but I mean, I never thought it could do any kind of damage.
Extreme winds from a ferocious storm overnight have toppled the containers like toys.
This is ridiculous.
That's impressive, but you know why? It's because they were all put together. That's
Yeah,
why
I
they all
understand, but I mean, this is still heavy. They're metal containers to be tipped over by wind.
I know.
Those shells, they're loaded with an igniter right there.
That cannot be good.
The containers have crushed mortars and shells, spilling highly volatile black powder.
I mean, what a close call, actually, you know. It's gonna be a little bit of a setback.
So we cannot even be on site. It's too dangerous, so we'll let those guys do their job so we can start ours.
And you have to slowly pick up all these containers so we could clean up these dangerous fireworks underneath and get to our equipment we need to set up the fireworks.
Finally, the Pyros get the green light.
We lost 4 hours, basically, of work, which is quite a bit, you know. There's a lot of work to get this show done on time.
The barricaded containers is back up. But the storm isn't quite over.
The wind is picking up now again. Could feel a little tension in the air because of what happened this morning.
Everybody's going to be a little bit nervous about these containers for sure.
But that's the least of Eric's concerns. He's about to find himself on a new job in a new country.
I was kind of stunned to get that call.
It sucked.
It's 36 hours until one of the biggest, baddest New Year's fireworks shows in the world.
Booyah!
Philippe and Eric can't wait to fire the show in Valparaiso, Chile.
It was a big year for Eric and I, so it's kind of fun to finish the year with him.
But those plans go sideways without warning.
So I get a call from Mode telling me that I had to get out of Chile and leave now for Mexico.
Jorge, hola, señor.
Eric goes way back with Jorge Marquez,
And that's why we're here.
who runs one of the top fireworks companies in Mexico.
Jorge needs an extra good technician. We kind of not really had one available, but he needed help, so we just transferred Eric from Chile to Mexico to go help.
So it's going to be sad to leave this place.
I was kind of stunned to get that call, you know, because I was in for the long run in Chile and also felt bad leaving the Igual crew with one less shooter and leaving Phil there on his own.
They counted me and him as shooters. You know, we're taking care of one position the night of the show.
I wasn't just leaving any run-of-the-mill show. I was leaving the biggest setup in the world. It made it that much tougher.
Gotta go, Mexico.
What can I say? He had to leave to go help out another friend, but it sucked.
"16 hours later,
To fly all the way to Mexico City, I didn't get too much sleep. I was quite tired.
he joins a police-escorted convoy carrying 40 tons of pyro to the famous Angel of Independence statue.
What kind of time is this starting a show? 3 in the morning.
Morning, good night. What should I say?
Jorge and his crew have a small window to install the show. There's no time for screw-ups.
I think for Jorge, the best value he gets out of me is knowing how to troubleshoot the system. He has a lot of technicians, but they don't all have that much experience with computerized systems like Fire One.
In the morning, this intersection will be jammed with traffic. But they can't do a thing until the area is secured by a temporary wall.
We're waiting for all these guys to finish so we can start our work. But it's taking a lot of time.
The show in Mexico was more of a close proximity show. We're shooting from right behind a main stage where there was a lot of stuff happening. They had to put up these big walls around the backstage area so we can safely set up our show and safely shoot it as well.
2:15. It's in the halfway.
Jorge seemed to be a little more stressed out on this job, I think because it was the first time for him to shoot that show.
It's very stressful and I don't like to be waiting for someone else. It's getting late, time is running.
It's now or never.
I'm not gonna wait for them to finish everything. Otherwise, we're going to finish very, very late.
Every year, the event attracts huge crowds. Everyone celebrating the holidays with loved ones. But the life of a pyro means work often trumps family.
One time, my son was like 1 year old. I traveled like 12 days. And I came back and he didn't talk to me.
Really? He was mad at you?
Yeah. And he just looked at me and turned around and go with someone else.
Ooh, that must hurt. Okay.
place.
It's 5:45, so we only have an hour and 15 minutes to go.
Eric gets down to work on the master pyro plan, which he's seeing for the first time.
It's always nerve-wracking to arrive on a show that you don't know too much about, you don't know all the details, so you kind of have to learn as you're working.
It's gonna be a very...
It's gonna be tight, huh?
Yeah, it's very tight.
And this building's quite near, so if we angle real wide, we're gonna go and bump into some windows, which I don't think the people will enjoy.
It's a scramble to get all the pyro in position by sunrise. By the time the streets reopen, the guys are running on fumes.
It's hard to stay concentrated, you're tired, and that becomes difficult with fatigue.
Oh, 9, it's 10. I'm tired, eh? With mistakes. I'm used to sleeping at night and working during the day, not the other way around. Alrighty, let's test this sucker. Go 428. No response on number 4. 7, no response. It's in the back?
No.
Nothing like free climbing scaffolding after 36 hours without sleep.
We have 2 modules that are not responding. Of course, they should be the ones at the top of the scaffolding. No? It can be one on the ground, of course.
You want to try your module 4?
Yeah. Well, looks like we have a show, Jorge.
One of the wires was connected to the wrong terminal.
It was identified as 24, so that was the problem.
Okay.
Instead of 4, it was on 24. Now it's just about time for dinner or breakfast. I don't know which one we want to call it.
South of the equator, Philippe isn't feeling the holidays either. Far from friends and family.
You know, I started doing fireworks when I was 18 as a summer job. And I need to start thinking that after 17 years, this summer job, I cannot live out of it. I really tried hard, but it's unreliable paycheck. So, you know, you do a work, enjoying it, but then you never know when it's gonna be your next job. I try to enjoy the moment, but I'm really thinking a lot about it. And we'll see what the future keeping for me, but it's kind of heartbreaking.
But first things first, Phil has a job to do. He's in charge of one of the biggest barges in the lineup. It'll be center stage, and his firing booth will be right in the line of fire.
First, I'm in the gray box, and the first batteries are 1 meter away. It's really close for comfort, big time, and anything can go wrong if there's a major explosion on the ground. I'll be scared or I'll be excited. I know myself. I know I like it, but there's still some apprehension about it.
Tugboats start moving the first barges into position.
The pressure is building. It's such a huge show that they have to start moving stuff around because there's so much to do.
4 concrete anchors, weighing 2 tons each, will hold each barge in position.
Tomorrow, at the end of the day, everything should be loaded, wired, and get ready for showtime. I got goosebumps, I'm telling you.
And Phil's got something else to look forward to.
I'm going to fetch my girlfriend at the airport today. She's joining me. We met when we were actually 10-year-old. We became friends at the age of, I think it's 18. We went out together, and that's exactly when I started doing fireworks. 15 years after we met again, and the energy was still there.
But he's finding love and a pyro life on the road aren't a good mix.
There's more struggles than advantage. Traveling always. I'm getting older and I'm trying to get more stable in my life.
Getting there. Getting my girl. I'm really happy, man. Vita. Yeah.
As a pyrotechnician, I still love the adrenaline, still love the travels, still love the work, but it's not giving me the basic I need.
But come New Year's Eve, Pyro is gonna steal Philippe's heart again.
Today is a show day. Showtime!
On an historic battleground in Quebec City, Sebastian and crew are waging their own battle.
The battle for us was a battle against the time because the setup there was huge.
Modules are responding slow because of the cold. We'll get them going.
The bitter cold is making their final installation even more challenging.
We have a 4 different position of indoor pyro at 50 feet high.
The plan: smaller pyro will fire from a concert stage, starting with the New Year's countdown. At midnight, the big shells at the Plains of Abraham will blast in the new year.
So an operation, it's a risky operation, but our rigger, he knows how to do.
I never climbed in the winter. For me, that's the hard part.
Riggers Maud Bilodeau and Frédéric Dallaire-Pelche have to scramble up 5 stories above the main stage to plant the pyro.
I see you up there. It's cold up there. There's a bit of wind and slippery, so we need a good grip.
We're 50 feet high, so there's always a risk to fall.
Okay.
Each box of pyro is hauled up and wired up.
Up there, and it's high and it's far. So it's a long way. But you don't have a choice. Okay.
This is crucial pyro, firing during the countdown to wind up the crowd.
Aye.
The sky-high pyro is in place. The crew moves on to the rest of the positions, which will fire in sync with the stage pyro.
We are almost ready for tonight. I want to test the module up there, the wireless module. It's bad. We're missing maybe 5 lines up there, and Brennan will have to go back and fix the problem. I think to myself, poor Fred. But we don't have a choice. No igniters, no pyro.
There's a queue missing in there.
One mine in the close-up mine.
It's a mess up.
We didn't have that much time to get it done.
Could have been easier if it was underground.
Night falls, and so does the temperature. -20 with the wind chill makes the aluminum structure extremely slippery.
Fred had to fix this problem. Otherwise, my only solution was to cancel the FA. And I don't want to do that on the New Year's Eve show at Quebec City.
Valparaiso's New Year's fireworks show is locked and loaded. Phil's future is anything but.
My girl, she totally respects what I do now, but the idea of having a safer job is good as well. She knows sometimes I push my limits, so she's always worried a bit. So this might be the last show I'm gonna fire.
For Phil, tomorrow is uncertain. But today, there's a colossal fireworks show to shoot.
El sistema de fire one.
It's a lot of information in Spanish. Actually, I'm a little nervous. A lot of radio stuff, how to start generator, firing board. I gotta they throw me like a load of infos. Okay. Honestly, I just want to go and see. I got an hour and a half to get ready. It's insane, man. What a mission! Quite excited. I'm nervous a bit, and I'm just anxious a bit. You know, it's normal. It's before the show. I don't know. I just want this to go well, man.
It's getting late and dark, and the show is coming, and I was not comfortable at all. I just wanted to get on my site, get ready to shoot.
Snow showers and sub-zero temperatures can't put a chill on the biggest party of the year. Thousands cram into downtown Quebec City as New Year's approaches. But GFA is going to spoil the big night if they can't get the pyro above the stage working.
Fred had to fix this problem. Otherwise, my only solution was to cancel the effect.
Fred, the pyro rigger, tries to lock in on the wiring problem.
Everybody was getting into show mode, so there was a lot of pressure on it to get it done safely, but to get it done quickly also.
He reconnects several loose igniters.
Tu l'as rechecké?
My God, I'm impressed.
Go have a little nap.
C'est beau, c'est beau.
Pretty intense. There was a lot of shells for a very short amount of time. Everybody's planning a party and you're just working your ass off trying to get the show done, and finally you can enjoy New Year's Eve, you know. It was a great feeling of satisfaction.
Party was there, man. It was a good show, good rhythm. I think to myself, I need to celebrate this new year. I think I never kissed my girlfriend on New Year's Eve since the last 10 years. For me, that night, it was special.
Good, really good.
An amazing fireworks tonight. Probably the biggest in Canada tonight. And a total success.
In Mexico City, the party's just ramping up as midnight approaches. It's all systems go for Jorge and Eric.
Super. Right on.
We always want a perfect show because there is no perfect show.
There is no, but we always try and try.
I agree. Ready.
15 minutes before showtime, they get blindsided. Event planners want to ring in the new year with the sound of bells, and they want pyro firing in sync.
The
countdown finishes.
Yeah.
And then the first bell ringing every 3 seconds.
Every 3 seconds, the bell?
Yeah, it's a lot.
That's a lot?
Dong.
Okay.
Dong.
He had to kind of like wing it and make some program changes at the last minute.
I'm moving the timing of the ringing of the bells, and then I move it on my show 10 seconds. I'm a little concerned. No, it's gonna be like this, and then push the button.
Yeah, I think for Jorge, dealing for first time with this client, this event, I think it was a bit of a learning curve to get the right information.
3 minutes.
Jorge slams in the changes with seconds to spare.
Okay. Looks good.
Jorge managed to reprogram his show to get the start lined up with the ringing of the bells. Pretty much a perfect firing.
That's beautiful. From our point of view, with the statue in the front, perfect.
It's nice to see Jorge a little bit more relaxed. Once the show got started, you could see him cheering and all happy.
Beautiful, man. Happy New Year, my friend.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
After lighting up the Mexican sky, Jorge shares New Year's with his family.
It's the best to do this show in Mexico City because they can come. Hola, amor.
But Eric's loved ones aren't so close.
I couldn't be home for Christmas. I couldn't be home, of course, for New Year's. So it was nice to get in touch with my girlfriend back home.
Hey, Véronique. Bonne année.
It's not as good as being in person, but it felt really good. It felt like I was a little bit closer to her, even if I was way down in Mexico.
Oh, je t'aime, mon bébé. Been gone for a couple of weeks, working in Chile and coming over to Mexico, and so far away from home.
But there's still one show to go. And with nearly 30,000 shells, it's big, it's bad, and it's ready to blow. It's just over an hour until the biggest New Year's show south of the equator.
I think it's pretty late. I want to get on my barge now. I'm just getting a little anxious. I just want to set my things.
I was getting anxious, nervous, stressed. Anxiety was coming in big time, and I just wanted to get ready to shoot.
Finally, barge number 5, packed with pyro.
I was kind of getting on my barge a little clueless, so I wanted to get there ASAP just to trigger the generator, the lights, to see all the fireworks. Put my system on, look at my sight, just getting in my zone, in my bubble, just trying to get concentrated.
It's getting rocky as well, so it's getting a little bit crazy.
Crazy and dangerous.
From us to the first fireworks, there's 2 meters, 1 meter.
you're about to shoot fireworks 2 meters away from you, you have to be nervous. Every time you press on the button, it can blow up on the ground, and then you don't want to imagine what can happen being so close to the material.
At least we have a double protection. They put a nice steel plate in front of us. I'm still concerned a bit, but you know, this is life, man. Show must go on, so let's do it.
There are 2 million spectators to impress. But Phil has just one in mind.
The control tower is right up there, so my girlfriend is right there, so she will witness all this.
Eveline has a ringside seat for the show.
It's potentially my last show. I want this to be good, to be perfect. I don't want to disappoint anyone.
If this is the end of his pyro career, Phil plans to go out with a bang.
I've been shooting many big shows all around the globe, and this is definitely the biggest one. Could not screw up. A lot of pressure.
All the city is waiting for us. Atención a todo el mundo. Now we are testing all the communication, the walkies with the different points.
The show's designer, Javier Halan, runs through walkie checks with each firing position.
Francisco Lorenzo, ¿me oyes? Cambio.
Fuerte y claro, Xavi, cambio.
Most fireworks shows use time code to sync all of the firing systems. But Javier is doing this old school, using walkies to signal his technicians to fire.
Mi teniente Pane, ¿me copia? Cambio.
Good communication is critical.
Philippe, ¿me oyes? Cambio.
15 minutes before showtime, Philippe is MIA.
Philippe, ¿te me oyes? Cambio.
It's puzzling, but Javier can't wait. He moves down the line, checking in with the other pyros.
Ken?
That's insane. You gave me fucking dead batteries, man.
The techs in charge of communications forgot to charge the radio's batteries.
The cues were going to be given by the radio, so no radio, no shows. I cannot improvise and start pressing it. And everybody's shooting red and I'm shooting blue, and everybody's shooting blue and I'm shooting yellow, and I would have destroyed the whole show, so I had to have a radio working.
Yeah. Did you believe it?
My battery were dead, so I had to charge it.
Both Phil's walkies get a quick charge. 5 minutes before the show starts.
¿Me oyes? Cambio.
Perfectamente cambio. I'm in control now. Well, I'll be happy when the show will start, but now I'm getting on top of things. Ready to shoot, man. Ready for salutes.
2 minutes before midnight, all 18 positions will fire a single salute shell.
First salute, 1 minute.
It signals the crowd that the show's about to start.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Fuego!
Finally, the most explosive New Year's party in the world is set to blast off.
Yeah, I'm fully armed, ready to fire now. 1 minute.
Empezamos los show en 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The show is super impressive. The noise, it's amazing noise. It's so loud. just feel the noise in your body. It's unbelievable how powerful it is. There's 24 kilometers of fireworks, but there's 20 sites. We're almost 1 kilometer apart, so I'm not afraid about any other fallout. I'm not worried about the other barges. I'm actually worried about what I'm launching. It's a battlefield. All the barge is like rocking just because of the explosion. You know you're winning as long as the board keeps shooting. You know it's over, you're safe. Show went well. Basta.
I'm very happy.
I have to admit that I shot many shows in my life, and that's one of the most exciting moments I experienced.
But is the adrenaline rush enough to keep Phil from leaving the pyro biz?
I don't know what to say. It's potentially my last show here, so I feel like my heart is broken, man. It might be the end of the road for me in this business after 17 years.
Phil's a top technician, one of the world's best, I'd say.
Definitely, you come to an age where stability is quite important. But I think it's not the kind of job that you can quit so easily. There's a little bit of passion inside him with fireworks. I have a feeling that I'll see him again.
For the GFA Pyros, it's another year of milestones.
You do fireworks for the thrill, for the adrenaline, but that's only a small portion of why you do fireworks. But in the end, you do it for the people you meet.
I know.
And the places you go and you visit.
Where's me?
It's great to be able to bring all the interest in your life through one channel, which is fireworks.
After 13 years, I'm still in love with this job.
The show must go on,